BC Parliamentary Secretary for Trade to offer some remarks on behalf of the BC government.
안녕하세요. 최병아 의원입니다. 지금은 여기 BC주에서 경제부 무역 차관으로 일을 하고 있습니다. 만나서 반갑습니다. Hello everyone, my name is Paul Choi. I'm the MLA for Burnaby South Metrotown and MLA also as a Parliamentary Secretary for International Trade here for the province. On behalf of BC government, our Premier David Eby, and also our Minister for Education, Lisa Bair, I want to thank all of you for attending today. It's truly an honor to join you tonight and to be surrounded by incredible teachers who shape the Korean community, strengthen our province, and guide the next generation with both wisdom and compassion. Recent times I've seen in the Korean reception that I held in Victoria at the Parliament, the Premier also recognized the significant contribution that the Korean community has made in BC, obviously including the teachers that are here today. As the saying goes, 선생님의 그림자는 천년을 간다. So it's an influence of the teacher that lasts 1,000 years. And looking around this room, I can see exactly why. And it makes me wonder, when I first came here in grade 5 from Korea, and I didn't speak any English, I didn't even know alphabet when I first landed, what it would have been like if I had a Korean teacher at my school. When I first got here, there was no ESL class. So I was put into a special ed class, and the teacher, lovely teacher, she tried her best, but she didn't know what to do with me. So she gave me some booklets to just write ABC, and that was pretty much it. And she tried to pair me up with only other Korean student at the time, who was a girl. First of all, I was too shy to really talk to her. But when the teacher introduced me to her and said, please talk to, or help this student who only speaks Korean, she said, yes, no problem, and then turned around to me and told me in Korean, if you try to talk to me ever in Korean, then I'll never talk to you. Turned around and left. So I was on my own. But I did what I could, and in grade 5, I had a teacher who didn't want to deal with me at all. He didn't want to deal with essentially having to develop a new curriculum just for me. So he kind of shooed me away and just told me to stay in the special ed class, and that was my first impression. So it makes you wonder what it would have been like if I would have had a Korean teacher at that time. So it's great to see a room full of Korean teachers here today. So over the past year, the BC government has made some historical investments in education, because we know that students don't just need classrooms, they need opportunity. And opportunity begins with educators like yourselves here. And just a few weeks ago, we announced major 2 new schools projects across the province, including a new Smith Secondary and Smith Middle School. It's BC's first joint campus, secondary and middle school in Lower Mainland. And this is in Langley, and it's the biggest site in BC at the moment. And the school will open in 2027 with capacity of nearly 2,800 students, giving families the confidence that their children will learn in safe, modern, state-of-the-art spaces. And I push for this to be happening in Langley, knowing that now Langley is our biggest Korean community in BC, and it's growing so rapidly there. So these are just latest example of the record investments that we are making. And since 2017, BC has invested over $4 billion in schools, building new classrooms, expanding existing ones, upgrading seismic safety, and ensuring students have the tools they need to thrive. And as someone who once was a student in the public system and now is a lawmaker, I can say with this certainty that this government believes in education and we put our money where it matters. Now I know there are so much more work to be done. When I first got here, was mostly was learning in the back, in the cubicles and in the different containers in the back. And I know that's still the case, and that's not the best environment. And we're working hard to invest and ensure that we have the best environment for teachers and also students going forward. But tonight is not about buildings and budgets. It's about you, the teachers, who fill those classrooms with magic. You are the one who helps students write their first sentence in Korean, speak proudly about their heritage, learn discipline, respect, and curiosity. Even when I first was in school, I brought kimchi to school and I was made fun of. I can tell you now, even in the parliament, when I hosted the Korean Heritage reception, all the politicians wanted kimchi on the side, and they were willing to bribe me for it. So it is definitely shows how much we have came as Koreans. And you also help them discover who they are and what they can become. And in the province as diverse as ours, Korean teachers play a special role in helping young people build cultural confidence. And that confidence becomes leadership. As someone who immigrated here as a child myself, I know firsthand how much it matters when just one teacher sees potential in you. Teachers change lives quietly, steadily, and often without knowing it. So I told you about my grade 5 experience. I want to tell you about my grade 6 because it's very different. So when I got into grade 6, I had I believe looking back, pretty brand new teacher. I think she just became a teacher within last 3 years. And I can't believe I'm admitting this, but I had a massive crush on her at that time. She was so lovely. She took the time and realized that I needed a different curriculum, and she spent overnight making new curriculum for me. And she did everything she can to ensure that I feel welcomed, that I feel included, so that when they would be doing class, entire class exercise, like I'm sure you guys seen this, where you race to the front and you shout out a word and you try to spell it and see who can spell it first. She would give me an easier word. Ironically, I still remember this random word for some reason that she got me to try to spell, which was hardship at the front, which was obviously the easier words than the other ones that they were doing, but I still couldn't spell it at that time. But it shows all the care she did. And because I know that she cared about me, and I knew she was spending her extra time to make this extra curriculum for me, that motivated me to ensure that I focus and do the work that she gave me, because I know how precious that was. But because of that, that's where I got the confidence, looking back. Looking back, I think there's about 3 people in my life that really made a big difference and really motivated me, and she's definitely one of them. So interesting enough, this might be a little too personal, but I tried to find her before I got into politics. I became a police officer, and I was really grateful and thankful for being able to get to that position. And when I look back, she stood out as someone who really gave me the confidence to become who I was at the time. So when I looked up her name, surprisingly, she was still teaching. So I emailed thinking she's never gonna remember me, she's never gonna respond to me. To my absolute surprise, she responded right away and said, "I do remember you." And when I asked her, like, I want to just meet up and say thank you. Are you willing to meet? She says yes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I finally get to meet my crush. Grade 6. I wonder what she looks like.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I tried to arrange to meet with her, but she actually flaked out.
Oh no.
I thought maybe she thinks I'm just a crazy student back in the day, coming back for help or something. So that kind of crumbled and never really happened. Now, when I got elected, I thought, well, now I'm verifiable.
Yeah.
She can find me online and she will know that I'm not crazy. So I reached back out and I said, again, like, I would love to meet up, just say thank you. And she actually agreed, and we actually met up. Almost 30 years later, she was still teaching. And she was lovely as ever before. I told her how much she meant for me. And I actually went there thinking I'm actually gonna profess the fact that I had a big crush on her, but I couldn't. I was still too shy. It was interesting to me that when I was in front of her, I felt like I was back in that grade 6 shy kid back in the day. But I want you to know that you could be that teacher to some students. There could be a kid out there that has a massive crush on you. So be nice to him or her, and know that that is the level of influence you can have on these kids. It's the little wording or the look that you give that one child can change the trajectory of that child in so many ways. So with that embarrassing story, I want to say thank you to all the teachers here. Thank you for giving our children not just education, but identity. And not just knowledge, but hope. Our future is bright because of the work you do. And I promise you that our government will continue to invest, continue to build, and continue to support teachers and students every step of the way. So let's keep working together so that every child, whether they are learning math, music, or bachupap, which I am hopeless, can step confidently into the future that you're helping to shape. So thank you very much. 감사합니다. Enjoy the evening.
Oh.
Thank you, Parliamentary.